Hello and welcome to another episode of the Classical Republican. Today we're talking about a couple weeks ago I got an email from my state legislator, and I know him personally, and so it's not out of the ordinary that he would email me, work with him on campaign stuff and whatnot, and also with education stuff also. So we've, we regularly correspond, and he sent me this email that said that I would be appointed a legislator of Idaho if in his place if something were to horribly happen to him, and he would not be able to represent our district. But also another part of this law, very interesting law. If more than a majority of the House of Representatives of Idaho is taken out in some sort of attack or disaster, and so they need legislators, but they can't get the ones who were elected. So the legislators have to, by law, appoint somebody to take their place. And so he sent that out. I didn't think much of it. I thought, okay, well, maybe his he just has me in mind. I think the law says that you have to have between 2 and 7 dedicated alternates in this situation, in this disaster situation. So the other day I got this from the Secretary of State of Idaho, and it's the same thing, and it actually goes into a little bit more detail. It's not very long, but it's got a little bit more detail. It says, pursuant to Idaho Code 67-416, each legislator shall designate emergency interim successors should he or she be unavailable to exercise the powers and discharge the duties of a legislator. Statute also requires us to notify you of this designation and any subsequent changes to it. I am notifying you that Lance Clow has named you 5th emergency interim successor. I'm number 5. If you have any questions regarding this designation, please contact Lance Clow directly. No further action is necessary on your part at this time. Sincerely, Lisa Mason, Director, Government Services. Okay, yeah. So you might think, oh, well, that's arbitrary. He just gets to pick, 2 to 7 of his buddies and appoint them as alternates. But there's actually a lot of other things like that that might seem arbitrary. For example, if one legislator dies or gets incapacitated, usually they die, and the governor has to appoint somebody. But where does he get the appointment? He actually has to consult, and this is by law, the winning party from that region. So, and in most of Idaho, that is the Republican Party. So the Republican Party has to nominate a person, and actually 3 persons, and then the governor just chooses from those 3 and nominates somebody from that district. So usually what happens most of the time is that that county central committee will elect, or will nominate somebody from amongst themselves. Okay, so it's not always somebody who's just some well-known person from that area. It's actually somebody who has been elected to the committee, and so the committee knows them and has been working with them well. So that's one. That's another instance of recommending, or where somebody is nominated and then chosen or appointed by the governor. All right, so I thought that was really interesting. Until next time, long live the Republic.